Welcome to Financial Blogmas, episode number 9. So we're back once again. We're doing this all the way up to December 24th. So you will have one of these streams every single day. Today, we're gonna take a look back at 2024, and we're gonna look at the top 10 stocks. So this time around, we're not looking at ETFs. I will do another one of these with ETFs. We're going to look at the stocks. We're not looking at total return. We're just looking at straight share price. So, and most of the really top ones don't have a ton of dividends anyway. So that's going to definitely sort of play into this here today. I do see Larry in the house. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Yes, we had a nice red day. A lot of uncertainty in the market today. We do have a market close on Wednesday. We'll definitely be talking a lot about that. And we may talk a little bit more about that today too as we move through these stocks. Now, those of you who are here, feel free to guess. These are also Canadian stocks, by the way. So, you're not going to have your NVIDIA or your MicroStrategy. These are straight up companies. I will point out our first company on the list today, number 10. Now, this is a company that Vic has spent a lot of time talking about this year. Constellation Software. That's our vertical software company. They're pretty much the biggest tech company we have in Canada. They're massive. They had a fantastic 2024 so far. Keep in mind, we still have about 3 weeks, but so far they're looking pretty hard to beat. They came in, their share price went up. Get this, guys, 43% this year. That's not too shabby. They do have a dividend as well. Their dividend, like I said, the dividends on these, other than one of the stocks today, the dividends are pretty darn small. In fact, the yield on the dividend for Constellation Software, 0.118%. So it's not very big at all. But look at this, guys. This is number 10, Constellation Software. Oh, excuse me. I still got a little bit of that cough left. Let me tell you guys, if somebody had asked me the top 10 off of the top of my head and I didn't actually go and do the research, I would have actually placed Constellation Software higher. I would have placed them higher on that list, but no, they firmly hold our opening spot at number 10. All right, guys, what could be coming up at number 9? What do we got? I'll tell you this. Number 9 is one of my favorite recession-proof stocks. It's Dollarama. Good old Dollarama coming in at number 9. Their share price this year rose 49%. So that's a good 6% more than Constellation Software at 10. So number 9, Dollarama, I definitely love them. They do have a dividend, 0.259%. So it's not a big dividend. It's not a big dividend at all, but they're sitting nice and firmly in the number 9 slot. All right. We will move up to number 8. So number 8 is another huge store. They've been in the news a lot this year because of their record profits while their customers have been paying a lot of inflation for food. So number 8, Loblaws. Loblaws pulls in at number 8. Their share price, get this, their share price rose by 50% in 2024 thus far. So that's really good. That's really good. They do have a dividend. Their dividend is actually a little bit larger, 1.07%. It's still small, but when you're looking at 50% share growth, you're breaking, you're up at the top of your total returns as it is. So that's not too shabby. Okay. Let's move on to number 7. We're getting through these really fast, guys. I was expecting more questions from you guys or comments or little things like that, but we'll continue. Number 7, Chad from Saskatchewan loves this one. It is one of these resources that I've been talking about for a while. It's in the uranium sector. It is Chemical. So ticker CCO. They are up. They just eked out Loblaws, 51%. Now, their dividend's not that big. Their dividend is actually 0.185%. So if this was a total return list, Loblaws would eke ahead of Cameco in that regard. But nonetheless, this is share price. So Cameco, they done it, number 7. All right. One group of people you probably are not expecting to see in this top 10 are the big 6 banks. But one of the big 6 banks actually did make it into this list at number 6. Number 6, we've got CIBC, ticker CM. They're coming in with a 54% share price rise in 2024. So that's that's not too shabby. And they also have the highest dividend on this list today. Their dividend's coming in at a 4.112% yield. So that's not too shabby at all. Interestingly enough, though, I can tell right now by looking at that yield, if we added that yield into their 54%, you're going to be up around 58, maybe 59%. It doesn't beat number 5. It doesn't beat number 5. The top 5 are all bangers. These are absolutely gods among gods. These are fantastic stocks. Number 5, and we've been talking a lot about this lately. This is a company I really want to do a deep dive on, but they can't win the vote. They can't win the vote. They come in second over and over again. It is Brookfield Corporation, not Brookfield Asset Management, Brookfield Corporation. They rose by 60% in 2024. And this has absolutely, I will tell you, if at the beginning of 2024, if you asked me who would have a higher share price, as in share price growth over 2024, BN or BAM, I would have put my money on BAM. So this is a great, great surprise. They do have a tiny dividend of 0.529. But yeah, Funny Books is saying BN, BAM, BN up there at the top. Mind you, BAM is, I imagine if I went further than 10, wouldn't take that long to get to BAM. So they're probably hanging, they're definitely hanging in the top 20, probably closer to 10 than 20 for sure. All right, number 4. Number 4 is another tech giant in Canada. This is a company that used to be massive, and then they had a little bit of a retreat, but they've recovered really, really well after some share splitting. This is a great company. It's Shopify. Shopify's coming in at 62%. That's really, really good. So they don't have a dividend at all. So this one is absolutely pure 100% growth. All right, we're moving into the top 3. This is fantastic. Number 3. This is another company from our financial sector. It's not a bank though. It is an insurance company. It's an insurance company I'm sure that many of you are holding. It is Manulife Financial. So Manulife Financial is coming in with a 63% share price growth in 2024. Holy banana bread. That's actually really good. I like that. I like that a lot. They do have a dividend. Their dividend is actually not that bad. It's 3.493%. So you add that in and wow, it will absolutely, it'll absolutely decimate. This is one I really wish I had stocked up big time on MFC at the beginning of the year, because I'll tell you, that's a really good return. Now, number 2. Number 2 is a company that was not on my radar. It is a company I don't even think I've ever covered them before. They're a complete surprise. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, why? I know I've seen the ticker before, but maybe they've been in a list video at one point over the channel history. But yeah, the number 2 company, they have a 66% share price growth in 2024. And they're a mining company. They are Agnico Eagle Mines, and they mine gold. Gold's had a fantastic year. So has this mining company. They mine in basically Canada, Mexico, and Finland. So yeah, Agnico Eagle Mines. All right. Now number one. Oh boy. Number one. This one this one's fantastic. It's actually, I can't think of another more fitting company to be at number one, considering a lot of the hype that they have had this year. But before we get to it, let's just quickly run down that top 10 one more time. At number 10, we got Constellation Software. Number 9, Dollarama. Number 8, Loblaws. Number 7, Cameco. Number 6, CIBC. Number 5, Brookfield Corporation. Number 4, Shopify. Number 3, Manulife Financial. Number 2, Agnico Eagle Mines. And your number 1 stock in Canada. Your number 1 company with the biggest share price growth in 2024, Fairfax Financial, FFH. I actually just did a deep dive on these guys in November. They come in with a mind-staggering 71% share growth in 2024. They also have a dividend, not very much so, a 0.974%. Holy banana bread. That's fantastic. I can't believe it. I'm definitely loving this. I am loving this. I am going to, guys. So today we did the company's stocks. Tomorrow, let's do the ETFs. Let's do the same thing. We'll do it to the ETFs. We'll see what we get. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm absolutely I don't want to say I'm at a loss, but I'm absolutely stoked about this. I think it's going to be great. Now, some news happening. We had news that just happened before we came on live. Over at the House of Commons, they had a vote in non-confidence this afternoon. Don't get your hopes up, folks. Don't get your hopes up. It was defeated, but really interesting thing happened when it came to the vote. So all of the Conservatives, of course, voted for the vote of non-confidence, and the Bloc Québécois voted for the non-confidence. A few of the independents voted for it, and one NDP voted for it. There was a lot of confusion when she stood up. I don't know what her name was. And some people are thinking that she stood up by mistake. We're not sure, but nonetheless, on record, one NDP has voted for the vote of non-confidence. The rest of the NDP and, of course, the Liberals all voted against it. So it was defeated. There's not going to be a snap election at this point in time. As I've been saying for a long time, we're looking at the spring. We're looking at the spring. But it was very, very interesting. Just the fact that one NDP stood up. It will be interesting to find out if it was a mistake or not. I'm sure they might spin it as a mistake. The NDP might spin it as a mistake, even if it wasn't. Maybe she was just like, I'm fed up. I just wanted an election. So I don't know. But that was kind of one of those neat little news things that happened a little bit earlier today. Also, those of you who are not following the news very much, this is kind of an outside of the story, but they did finally make it arrest in that assassination thing that happened with that health CEO. So they did catch a guy in a McDonald's. Actually, somebody in the McDonald's called him in. So we don't know if he is the guy, but they're saying they think he is. So that is coming to an end as well. What a day. Of course. And I did see that as well, Jonathan, where you said that's a lot for Manulife. It really is. There's another thing as well. There's another thing going on as well. We got more snow happening here. I almost took this show outside. I almost did. But we're kind of at that point in time where the light's starting to dim a little bit because, it's winter. We're usually completely dark by 5. We're kind of in the sunset phase right now. So, so I didn't head out today. But I have the that fuzzy speaker thing that wasn't working. The new one's supposed to arrive today, and then I can send back the old one. So hopefully, we'll have that in our what are we going to call it? Our utility belt. That'll be on our utility belt for some of these, so we can get outside a bit more. Because yeah, without that fuzzy thing, I think if I got into any place where it was windy, the sound would be absolutely terrible. Jonathan saying, was there a motive? I don't think they came out with exactly what that motive was yet. So, as I said, that's a developing story. Mario says, it's too cold outside in Ottawa. Yeah, I think it's about -7 or something in that area right now. And then there's probably a wind chill. I don't even know what that is. Mario says, I work outside, not warm at all. Got the top 10 stock. You have all of them, Mario? Holy banana bread. That's you're playing the game right, Mario. You're playing the game right. But let me ask you this question. Have you had all 10 since the beginning of the year? Because then that's impressive. That would be very, 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 very impressive. Oh, no, only 2 stock. Oh, you only have 2 of them. Okay, okay. See, I'm looking at this list and I'm trying to see how many of these do I actually hold? I don't have any. I'm at 0. Oh dear, oh dear. But I have held some of them in and out. But yeah, I don't have any of these ones per se right now. But I certainly wish I had. I certainly wish I had. Mary is saying, and wet. Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's probably going to, well, it's actually going to get really wet here. So tomorrow, during the day, I think we're going to have flurries. But by the evening, we're supposed to get rain. And it's supposed to rain all night tomorrow night. So basically, Wednesday's going to look like soup. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. And then I think as soon as the rain is done, it's going to change back over to snow again. So, winter. Winter in the capital. What can I say? It's absolutely fun. It's absolutely fun. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this top 10, because I thought that would be kind of a fun little thing to do for sure. Let's see. Oh, Jungle says up to 13 degrees this week. Oh my gosh, Jungle, that's not too shabby. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get anything like that here. That's for sure. I just heard the cat running by. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah. Let's see. Roku says I only have CCO. Well, you know, it's a good stock, and I am very bullish on uranium, so I think CCO is really good for sure. Funny Book says the only one I was surprised was by CIBC. I thought RBC would be on the list. Wait till you check out the bank review video. CIBC absolutely dominates right now, and I think Royal Bank is in second, and then National Bank. But yeah, it goes CIBC, Royal Bank, National Bank. Those are the top 3 right now in Canada. But yeah, and of course, you guys already know who's in the basement. You should know who's in the basement. I'll give you a hint. Money laundering. Money laundering. Mario says, I told a friend about CIBC. He picked it up, but not me. Oh, don't you hate that? You give somebody some really good advice, and they profit from it, but you didn't take your own advice, and you're like, that does happen to me a lot, because, you know, a lot of times I'm looking at stocks, and honestly, I can't afford to have every single stock out there, and there's a lot of good stocks, you know, so I have to sort of pick and choose. But sometimes I see a really great one, I talk to you guys about it, and one of you guys makes it big with it, and I'm just like, I can't believe I didn't grab some of that. I got to start listening to myself. But yeah, absolutely. Mario says I picked up TD. Yeah, I mean, TD will recover. It's not going to be a fast recovery, guys. It's not going to be like, you know, we move into 2025 and next thing you know, TD is just soaring. If we see some recovery in 2025, I think it'll be a little bit later in the year. But that means there's a lot of opportunity to get them at a cheap price as we wait for them to sort of get past all the negativity that's floating around them. And also keep in mind, too, a lot of their expansion plans in the U.S. have been completely kiboshed as well. So that's another thing, too. They kind of have to work out what they're going to do next. Let's see. Mario says he picked up at 448 for CIBC. Oh, man. Your friend owes you a coffee, Mario. He owes you a coffee. And not a cheap coffee, like one of the fancy ones, like a gingerbread latte or something. Mario, hold on to it. That's what Funny Books is saying. It's his friend, though. It's his friend. All right. Mario says, I will. Okay, maybe I thought it was your friend, Mario. I don't know. I'm just sort of just going with the flow, seeing what's happening. All right. Oh, these are fun. These are fun. Yeah, as I said, tomorrow we're going to do this again. We're going to do we'll do the ETFs tomorrow because I think that would be kind of fun. And other topics as well. We'll just drop stuff. I do want to get out for channel members. I do want to later tonight get out your vote for the Thursday night exclusive live stream because we have that coming up. Looking forward to that to see what you guys are going to have me talking about. Yeah, and of course, the bank video is available right now for the channel members. Everybody else, you guys will see it tomorrow at 2 p.m. So that's not too shabby. I do like this one. I do like it quite a bit. Next quarter, by the way, the format that I'm using right now with these, it's the same format as the last time, but I want to shake it up a bit, and I don't know how yet. So that's just something I'm going to be thinking about over the next quarter. So that'll be kind of fun. Mario says, I had BMO and sold it too soon. That happens, but as long as you sold it at a profit, you can't beat yourself up. That's for sure. Today's going to be, today's just going to be a fun day no matter what. And tomorrow, the same thing. This is going to be great. Well, there goes the kitten. The kitten is running around like crazy. I don't know what she's doing, but I think she sees me down here and she's thinking, oh, I'm going to get some treats. Or, I don't know, can you guys hear the bell? She wears a bell. The reason she wears a bell is because where Jill is visually impaired, that bell lets her know where the cats are. So there's a less chance of her accidentally stepping on a cat. What are you doing, Winter? You're running around in circles. If she would actually come close, I'd pick her up, but she's like running a big circle pretty much. So what can I say? Mario hears the bell. Absolutely. It's like if I could get all three cats running around in a circle at once, it would sound Christmassy. It sound like I have a pack of reindeer maybe, but that would be fun. Let's see. Funny Book says, not sure you should ever sell bank stocks. When they raise their fees every year, I get mad and remember the saying, don't get mad, buy the stocks. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. I mean, all of our big six banks, they're blue chip for a reason. Even TD going through the rough spot they're going, they're going to recover. They're going to be perfectly fine on the other side of that. So, they're safe investments. They're safe investments. Usually what I like is, especially if you're holding bank stocks outside of your registered accounts, they're really good for tax loss harvesting because you can just, when they're down, you can sell one and move it to another one, and then you've created that artificial loss that you can then use. So yeah, I like them for that reason. That's just one of the reasons I like. Mario says, I should get Sun Life or Great West Life, but never jumped on it. Yeah. And Manulife Financial. Actually, funny thing is, probably about 2.5 years ago, I think I was actually doing a lot of swing trading with Manulife Financial because they were getting themselves in these channels where they were going up and down pretty regularly, and they were very easy to swing. And then I think that sort of ended around the time that they got some of those deals in China, and then the price went too high, and it was just like, okay, yeah, they kind of left the predictability they had before, but it's still not too shabby, All right, guys, we did about 24 minutes today. That's not too shabby. Like I said, most of these I'm aiming for 15 to 20 minutes. We have yet to finish one within 20 minutes, but 24 is not too bad. I will be back here tomorrow. We're going to do this again. Tomorrow we're going to do the ETFs, and that could be very interesting. And maybe if you guys want, and let me know in the comments, do you want me to do a US version as well of these? Because we got a lot of shows. We get a lot of shows between now and the 24th. If you want me to cover the US stocks for one, I'll do that as well. Just let me know in the comments. Well, one of the cats, actually, Winter, she's a bit of a bully. She's attacking Autumn. Kind of ironic that Winter attacks Autumn, but or no, oh no, she's attacking Riley. Okay, I thought it was Autumn. I just saw Riley come skirting down. So, the fun of it. All right, guys, we will be back here tomorrow. Okay, Funny Book says yes. Can we guess the ETFs? All right. You know what? Yeah, I'll do tomorrow. I'll let you guys know what time it's going to happen tomorrow as soon as I know. Yeah, and if you're here and if you guys want to play a guess the ETFs, you're more than likely to. You're more than welcome to. You might be likely to as well, but yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And keep in mind, guys, on the 20th, we have the 5,000 sub celebration stream, and you guys will be getting to do a lot of guessing on that stream. So that's going to be fun as well. But all right, guys, until tomorrow, I will bid you a fond farewell. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. I just can't wait till tomorrow now. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.